crafters, welcome to Coffee and a Card. I wanted to introduce myself today and say hello in person. I'm Vicki Sewell, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm so excited about the launch of Stampin' Up's 2021 annual catalog, and I'd like to invite you to join me today for a brief hop, skip, and jump through the new catalog, and of course, later on, a card project. Excuse me for just a minute as I change the camera angle to my workspace, and then we'll get going. Every year, Stampin' Up! Introduces a new in-color collection that has 5 fresh, contemporary colors. This year, they've introduced Polished Pink, Fresh Freesia, Pale Papaya, Soft Succulent, and Evening Evergreen. I always encourage my Stampin' Up! Fans to order the uninked ink spots on page 129 and the ink refill bottles on page 123. The total cost of this is only about $28 compared to at least $38 for a set of the full-size stamp pads that will be retired in 2 years. This gives you an easy chance to experiment with the in-color collections. It's really easy to ink up these cute little things, and they don't take up much storage room. You just need to remember to write the name of the ink color on the back with a Sharpie. And later, if you really fall in love with one of these colors, you can always order the full-size stamp pad before it retires in 2 years. I know I fell in love with 2 previous in colors, Pretty Peacock and Cinnamon Cider, and I just had to order the full-size stamp pads. So here's my petite little collection of in-color ink spots from last year and this year. Really easy to store. Doesn't take up a lot of room. I also purchased the Stampin' Right marker set of the in colors each year for easy coloring. They come in a set of 5, just like this, if they'll slide out, so you can see them better. And that way you're all set for 2 years to include all the in colors anytime you want to. There's also coordinating products like gems and beautiful ribbons. So these in colors are just really exciting. Well, stamps, ink, and paper. That's really all you need to get started. Stampin' Up! Has the cling stamps with the red rubber, and then they have the photopolymer, which are the clear stamps. So both of those are easy to use. And then I'm going to hop through these catalog icons. They're helpful to understand as you're looking through the catalog. This is usually a red in, and it shows a new item from this year. These are reversibles. And there's some examples on page 16 of reversible stamps. One set is the jar of flowers, where you have the background color stamp, and then you have the detailed stamp. Another example is the mountain air, where you have the background of the color of the mountains, and then you just turn that same stamp over, and on the other side are the detailed stamps. So those are called reversibles, and you'll see that little icon right down there in the corner. Then there's distinctive stamps. That's this icon right here. An example is on page 13, the art gallery flowers. And the art gallery flowers, you have this background stamp, and then you have another stamp that's going to add light and dark shading. So the distinctives offer these opportunities for easy and beautiful light and dark color shading in your stamped images. Another icon that you want to be aware of is the clock, which of course means quick and easy project. Everybody likes those. The EN and FR box icons show that the stamp set is available in different languages, both French and English. All right, let's take a short hop to pages 6 and 7 to explain my favorite thing about Stampin' Up. They design their products and colors to coordinate with each other, and that saves me so much shopping and design time. I love it. That's why I went with Stampin' Up. Things are coordinated, the stamp sets, the punches, the designer paper, the colors are coordinated for you. You can always find a green that will match the green you want to use. There's suite coordination where they have stamp sets, dies, and designer series paper. And there's product coordination, punches that match sets. Just makes it so easy. Now, if you really want easy and convenient crafting, check out pages 8 and 9. Stampin' Up! Offers 2 types of all-inclusive kits that come to you all prepped and ready to craft. One kind is called Choose Your Own, up here, which is an all-new line coming out in June of 2021. You'll only be able to view those contents and order them online. They've given us a little hint about what some of them might look like, though. Here's some beautiful butterflies. I have a flyer about it, and they have this butterfly that's a die cut card. When you open it up, you'll see some hints about some of the other sets. And they will change out more frequently, and that's why you have to order them online. So check on those in June. And of course, there is the classic paper pumpkin, which is a monthly subscription kit, and they send you a surprise kit every month for about $25. Skipping on over to page 10 and 11, you'll see a brand new suite, Beauty of the Earth. A suite makes it convenient to order all the convenient products like pattern papers, dies, embossing folders, and embellishments with just one number, and you can find that number usually at the top of the page. Of course, all these products can be ordered separately too. Ordering stamp sets and coordinating dies in bundles, like at the bottom of page 11, gives you a 10% discount, which is always nice. And see that beautiful paper at the top of the page? If you're a fan of pretty designer paper, you can find all the new papers conveniently located on pages 130 to 134. Look at this strip of colors right below the Beauty of the Earth paper. It tells you all the coordinating cardstock and ink colors that match this pattern paper. See, I told you coordination was super easy. And you see the push pin at the top of the page? Look for that push pin icon throughout the catalog for extra tips and techniques you might want to try. There's also, I want you to notice these lightly shaded stamps shown here. That means that there's a die in the die set or a punch that will cut out that stamped image. There's another icon I'd like to point out to you that you might like. It is a bag with a heart on it, and you'll see that different places. For example, here are 2 of them, and they tell you about other products that you might need to recreate this project. For example, this project uses sponge daubers and decorative masks. So look for those. They will give you extra information to help you complete a project. Now let's skip over to page 152. The last icon I'd like to show you is the mini cut and emboss icon. You'll see this little machine icon beside any die or embossing folder that's small enough to work in this little cute mini machine. Of course, all of them will work in the larger machine, but those that will fit, they've already highlighted for you. And let's make one last hop over to page 170. to see about stamping rewards. With a party setting or with an individual order of $150 or more, you are eligible for stamping rewards, which means you can pick out free products of your choice. There are also 3 stamp sets and 1 large package of 48 sheets of pattern paper that you are only eligible to order as part of a 150 or more order. I wanted to show you a couple that I've already gotten. This one is the Prince and the Princess set. I love that. I got it for the beautiful swan, but people have also been raving about that handsome little frog down there. There's also a beautiful set of roses, or maybe those are water lilies, but this is just going to be a fun set to use. There's also the Natural Textures, which is great background stamp set. And there's some beautiful, a set this time, this is new, a set of patterned paper that you can get. It's 48 sheets, all kinds of bright designs. And of course, all of Stampin' Up's paper has color on both sides. So if you just flip it over, you'll see the colors. Oh, these are in black and white. So on the back are the black and whites, and on this side are the really, really bright colors. Here's 2 cards that have been made just to show you what they look like, what some of those papers look like made up. Aren't they bright and pretty? Now let's walk back for, I've recently participated in a card swap, so I have examples of cards made with some of the new bundles that I'm excited to show you about. On page 18, here is the Days to Remember set, and here's a card made by Amanda Howard with using that set. I loved the pansy set, so I ordered this pansy set right off the bat. That's my favorite flower, and I've made a little note card. I love how it says a little hello from me to you, and it has a huge pansy on it. I'm going to be doing a lot more things with that pansy set. Here's a card. There are 2 tree sets, the beauty that I showed you over here at the beginning. And then there's this one is Inspired Thoughts, and here's a card made with Inspired Thoughts. There's a little bit of Wink of Stella here and some Wink of Stella on these fall leaves. It can be used for any season, but this one is a fall card. That one was made by Brenda Kaufman. Here's the Simply Elegant set, and here's a card made with that. You can see this lovely stamp here. She stamped it and embossed it with gold. This set includes a punch, and she just punched that out to make her greeting. You can make that punch any length. This is the Flowers of Friendship set. There's the stamp set, and it also has a punch included in it. Right here, there's your bundle. So here's a card made with that set in with that pretty polished pink. Don't you love my polished pink nail polish that matches? And this one was made by Erin. And then this one was made by Sharon Jacobs, and it also uses that same stamp set. So some beautiful cards already. This is one of my very favorite stamp sets, and I'll be showing you a card that I've made with that a little bit later. This one's made by Carolyn Eckert. And it has a spatter stamp that she's used in the background here. This is a card set of nature, It's called Etched in Nature, and this is the card that I made for the swap and shared with everyone. I just think that's the cutest, perkiest little bird there. And I used one of the bumblebee trinkets at the top. This is a very, very popular set. It's called Hand Pinned, and it's just very versatile. The stamp set is right here, and you can see they've taken this image and they've just stamped it with white craft ink, and they've used all the in colors. This was Lori Law, and I've got it upside down. Sorry about that. And she used, you can probably just barely see it on the edge there, she used the ornate embossing folder as a layer there. But isn't that pretty? This uses the same stamp set, but she used the dies out of the stamp set. And then the coordinating, this is some of that hostess paper here. Pattern Play, I believe it is. So that's a really pretty card. And that one was made by Stacy Ralston. This card uses the dies from the Color and Contour stamp set to cut out this scalloped background, but she decorated it with the paper, hand-pinned paper, and the hand-pinned flower. And that card was made by Monica Ward. Here's a card made by Julie Spurman, and it's just made with the Designer Series paper. Isn't it gorgeous, though? A little bit of the floral stamp showing right here in the background. So that's a very, very popular set. Stampin' Up! Has large background dies. That's on page 118, and I thought I'd show you an example of a card made with the birch. This is the large background die birch. And stamp set. And it's just one big stamp. It's used as a background. And I believe they've used that with the Inspiring Thoughts. And that one was made by Sherry Fetters. I hope you've enjoyed browsing through your new catalog, and hopefully you've already picked out some favorites. If you, number 1, like this video, and number 2, share this video with your friends, and number 3, make a comment below, just something as simple as name your favorite new 2021 in color or your new favorite stamp set, I'll send you one of the bookmarks showing all the new in colors and a free card kit and I will have a demonstration on how to put the card kit together in another video. All the products I've used are available from my online store, Stampin' Chat 30. All you have to do is click on the Shop Now link above, and if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to be yours. Thank you for joining me for a catalog hop, skip, and jump today. Be sure to ink it up and send a blessing to someone today. Bye.